sorry, I'm not used to holding one of these. Thank you, Cape Flats Nature, for giving me the opportunity to speak to everybody about what I do at Edith with my staff, with the city staff. When they asked me to do the speech, they told me, please speak about your practice at Edith, speak about Cape Flats Nature and the book, and I'm like, I never read the book. And Paula gave me the book on Monday, and I paged through it first, look at the pictures. And I'm like, oh, I know 80% of the people in the book, so it must be something that I'm conscious of. And for the first time, no offense to other books that were written, I actually read the book finish. And a lot of the words and the concepts were familiar to me. Familiar in a way that I engage with it every day. I hear other managers debate about what is important, what do we do as managers, choices that we have to make. And I hear my community partners talk about where does environment fit into social. And I realized that that is where our practice lies. That's where urban conservation lies, in that interaction, that questions that we ask each other, and the way that we give each other guidelines in moving forward in saving and making sure that these sites survive. And it's also the first time I wrote my speech down, ever. Sorry. And I also came to realize that a lot of what we do, the mere existence of these sites isn't enough for conservation. It's the survival of the sites that's important. The survival 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. And what we do now determines that. And I think a lot of that survival really depends on how we interact with each other and how we interact with these sites. And sometimes people say in an urban space, but there is no connection. We've lost the connection between nature and people. But actually it is there. It's just that we're not conscious of it. And that's where a lot of our jobs as conservators lie, in creating that consciousness of what we do. So how does these sites survive? What are we surviving? What is the site surviving? It's surviving a city, just like everybody else. It's surviving political structures. It's surviving economic structures and social structures. The only thing is that these sites have no way of communicating. We speak to each other. If we've got a problem, we fight with each other. But these silent entities don't have voices. So how do we create that consciousness? How do we reconnect? How do we create that consciousness? That's the question. We do it every day. You pick up a glass of water, you're in contact with nature. You open your mouth, you're in contact. You're breathing the very air that it's producing. You go and swim every holidays. You go down the beach, you take a swim with your kids. You are in contact with nature. We do that every day. We're just not conscious of it. We get so busy with life, with living it, with surviving it, that we forget to look around and enjoy what we've been given for free. So, what have we done? How do we interact? That's the next question. How do we interact? And with every relationship, it's good and bad. People enter nature conservation sites, and they walk, they enjoy the view, and that's a positive healing experience for both people and nature. But sometimes we do bad things. We do things unconsciously. We destroy the very thing that gives us important functions and beauty, that is important for our existence. So that's always been the question. Do you tell people that you're wrong? Or do you create a conversation with people? Because I don't like being told what to do. I'm a learning being. I want to learn things. So I think, nobody likes being told what to do. And I think that's what we need to do, And unfortunately, a lot of the times the survival of the site has depended on minority of people. People like conservators have taken up the noble quest of saving these sites, if we have to put it that way. And that is really minority. And it's very unfair of us to expect such a small amount of people to be doing such an important job. And I think it's by time we start talking to each other, creating platforms with conversations of what does it mean to be in the environment? How does it affect us? How does social affect us? How does political affect us? And a lot of projects like Cape Flats Nature and mentorship programs that I've been involved with have created that platform where we create trust and we talk about our practice and we share our practice and we change our practice with each other. And I think that's the key to the survival of a lot of these sites. And I need to thank Cape Flats Nature for doing that in my career, and teaching me and capacitating me in creating platforms with people. And then, a lot of people ask, oh, that's so nice, that sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't exist in the real world. What does it produce? Well, for Edith Stephens, it's produced quite a unique situation where I have staff that is very passionate and believes in what we do, staff that are directly from the communities. And I've got community people who are willing to allow us in their lives, allow our sites in their lives and engage with our sites. They not only talk the talk with us, they walk the walk with us. They fight for our sites in meetings, in political meetings, they protect our sites. And I think that's what it has produced. It's produced a forum of people interested in the survival of these sites. And that is what we need for these sites. And I think even the book, reading the book, it's made it realize it's not about the solution, it's about the question and who you're asking the question to. Thank you.
Thanks, Luzann. And